I guess this is me fulfilling my Canadian duty of covering Canadian content. Eh? The new Pornographers are back with their ninth studio album, Continue as a Guest. Forming in Vancouver, Canada in the 90s, they were considered a supergroup composed of several members of Canadian indie rock and alternative music, like Limblifter, Superconductor, and Destroyer. Although it seems weird to still call them a supergroup 26 years after they formed, the new Pornographers are now primarily the project of AC Newman. However, you still get some old-time members along for the ride like Nico Case, as well as a few other collaborations. I have been aware of the new Pornographers for a while now. After all, I am Canadian and aware of the Canadian music scene, but I never went out of my way to listen to them until 2014's Brill Bruisers. Since that album, I've listened to everything they've released, and even though I have enjoyed their output, I haven't really loved any of their albums. To prepare for this review, I even went back to listen to some of their more celebrated albums, like 2005's Twin Cinema. It was definitely more enjoyable, but maybe surprisingly for some new Pornographer fans, their new album is probably one of my favorites that they've released, that I have listened to. The album begins with the song Really, Really Light. The song, like the title, is this light and bouncy indie rock track that is about falling for someone. The song has writing credits from Dan Behar, who used to be a member of the band, but is primarily known for their work with the band Destroyer. And you can sort of hear that influence in the song. We then get the alternative rock banger, Pontius Pilate's Home Movies. Musically, I really love this track, which has this groovy and driving bass track and some hints of saxophone. I love the imagery of Pontius Pilate sitting down and watching home movies with some friends. But I have to say, I don't quite know what's going on in the song lyrically. It really doesn't matter though, because it still is catchy. Although I am aware of the irony of talking about Pontius Pilate a few days before Easter. The song Cat and Mouse with the Light has Nico Case as the lead singer. The music on this song is like you are floating on air. There are so many tiny flourishes, like a cacophony of ambient angelic noises. Nico sings about this kind of risky relationship, and you can hear the tension break as Nico is more direct in the chorus, singing, "I can't stand that you love me." Last and Beautiful is an incredible rock song about wanting to escape, but then forgetting someone behind. The song almost has this psychedelic sound with these guitars reverberating in stereo. It is also the catchiest song on this album. I've been humming the chorus to this thing for a few days now. I dotted all the I's but one. We then get the title track of the album, Continue as a Guest. The song is in some sense about giving up, about realizing how shitty everything has become and wanting to find a place away from everything where you can continue on living as a guest. The song feels heavy with crunchy guitars and these haunting horns as if we're marching towards oblivion. Bottle Episodes is a weird song because it sounds so familiar, but I can't quite place it. It almost feels like it belongs in the 1970s, or even like it's a theme song from a TV show in the 70s or 80s. There are a lot of cool things happening in this song, but there are also parts that I don't quite love. For example, the choruses here just fall flat to me. Marie and the Undersea is another song that is led by Nico Case, and I don't really care for it. There is nothing wrong with it per se, it just is less interesting to me than some of the other songs that I find on this album. However, we then get the excellent Angel cover, which is this dancey pop track with these electronic flourishes. The song Firework in the Falling Snow features Sadie Dupree of the band Speedy Ortiz. As much as I enjoy Sadie and Speedy, this song is kind of like Marie and the Undersea. I don't find it all that engaging. Again, it's a sweet kind of soft pop rock song, but it just doesn't land for me. The closer, Wish Automatic Suite, is another mixed bag. The song begins kind of slow and boring, but then at least explodes into something bigger about a minute into the song. We then get this weird tonal shift near the end as the song sort of goes from this bouncy rock song to this like sad, depressing alternative rock song. There's a lot going on with this album that I really loved, but it wasn't always consistent. That being said, even the songs I didn't love, they weren't that bad. They're not like unlistenable, I just didn't love them. This was also the first time I listened to a new Pornographers album and wasn't immediately feeling meh about it, so on that front, it's pretty good. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you think of the album. Did you enjoy it? Is this your first time listening to the new Pornographers? Like the video if you enjoyed my review. And thanks for watching. I love you.